Paper was like gold in medieval times.
Oh, not tobacco. Sugar.
That everything we thought we knew about the world might turn out to be completely wrong.
It's a college requiring no prerequisites to enroll. What you do need is a curiosity to learn, the courage to take risks, and the desire to constantly experiment. Barefoot College, situated in India's Rajasthan. Here's the very antithesis of what we understand of education. India's state of Rajasthan is a cornucopia of delight and promises to be an art lover's treasure trove. Picturesque images abound here. The downside, however, is its water crisis. It may be the country's largest state in landmass, but it has only about 1% of the country's water resources. Rajasthan is the driest state in India and suffers from a poor availability of water. A third of the state is arid, and another 30% is semi-arid, which means that nearly 2/3 of the state suffers from recurrent water scarcity.
राजस्थान की बसावट ऐसे जगह पे हैं जहाँ पर हर साल यहाँ ड्राउट होता है और शुरू से कई सालों से ड्राउट होता है, तो यहाँ पर जो मेन प्रॉब्लम है वो ड्रिंकिंग वाटर का प्रॉब्लम है और पानी की प्रॉब्लम होने की वजह से यहाँ पर लोग पानी के लिए माइग्रेशन भी करते हैं।
Women and young girls spend increasing amounts of time and energy as they have to walk long distances to get water. In some cases, they spend as much as 4 hours a day and walk an average of 6 kilometers for water. This water crisis not only affects women's health, but also girls' education, as they spend a considerable amount of time doing household work. In the small town of Tilonia, a novel social initiative called the Barefoot College addresses this problem. It trains poor rural people in appropriate skills that will not only help in empowering rural women, but also provide them employment.
Barefoot College works with the poorest of the poor. The word barefoot also connotes that a group of people who have no resources, who have no nothing, are able to solve their own problems.
Founded by social entrepreneur Bunker Roy in 1972, the Barefoot College was built upon the conviction that solutions to rural problems lie within the community themselves. The college has revived the traditional but simple and effective system of rainwater harvesting, a method that catches rainwater using rooftops and channels it to underground tanks.
ये संस्था भी पीने के पानी के कार्यक्रम से ही शुरुआत की थी। सैनिटेशन और टॉयलेट की व्यवस्था नहीं थी, क्योंकि बिना पानी के सैनिटेशन और टॉयलेट नहीं चल सकता था। तो आफ्टर रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग स्ट्रक्चर बनाने के बाद में जो संस्था के द्वारा स्कूलों में बनाया गया, कम्युनिटी सेंटर में बनाया गया, और उसके बाद में स्कूलों में बच्चों का इनरोलमेंट बढ़ा है। जो महिलाएं सुबह 5 बजे उठकर 4 बजे उठकर और पानी के लिए कहीं कुओं पे जाती थी, उनको पानी लिफ्ट करना पड़ता था। वो अंडरग्राउंड वाटर टैंक बनने के बाद में महिलाएं खुद पानी का मैनेज करती है और पानी से संबंधित जितने भी परेशानियां थी, उन परेशानियों से उन्होंने छुटकारा पाया। काले बादल पानी दो, रिम झिम पानी दे दो.
Ram Karan is a barefoot lawyer and coordinator who oversees the rainwater harvesting initiatives and has been with the college since 1978. He has helped the villagers build 800 rainwater tanks all over Rajasthan, using locally available materials. These have enabled 470 schools and community centres to collect and store nearly 29 million litres of rainwater at a cost of 10 US cents a litre. It's a viable, low-cost method that has provided drinking water and sanitation to rural communities and brought more kids, especially girls, back to schools.
इस गांव का नाम छिर है और इस स्कूल में 3 तरह का कार्यक्रम चलता है. इस अंडरग्राउंड वाटर टैंक से पहले जो बच्चे आते थे वो बोतल में पानी लेके आते थे और जब पानी खत्म हो जाता था तो बच्चा वापस घर चला जाता था, तो उसका ज़्यादातर समय आने और जाने में चला जाता था और बच्चा यहाँ पर टिक कर वो पढ़ाई नहीं कर सकता था. तो इसी कारण से जब ये अंडरग्राउंड वाटर टैंक बना तो बच्चे यहाँ रुके, बच्चों का नामांकन बढ़ा है और अधिकतर बच्चियाँ भी स्कूलों में जुड़ी है क्योंकि यहाँ पीने का पानी आया.
Rainwater harvesting has empowered rural communities living here, allowing them to apply local intelligence to solve their own problems.
Human beings, especially the poorest of the poor, are totally devalued in these years. But some of the people who would have been called very ordinary are very extraordinary here. And I think they have very extraordinary minds.
The villagers have a sense of ownership of the project, controlling, managing, and making all the decisions for themselves. Most importantly, it has given children access to education and a hope for a better future. But solving the water crisis in these areas also has other positive and far-reaching consequences. It's a college that has been built for the poor, by the poor, and managed, controlled, and owned by the poor with no formal education. A striking feature on the campus at Telonia is that there are so many women performing roles that challenge traditional notions. Like Gulab, a middle-aged woman and a grandmother who has been trained as a hand pump engineer, a task usually performed by men.
पहले घर में रहती तो सास ससुर रहते हैं तो पहले मजदूरी भी कम ही घर गांव में माँ लोगों ने बाहर नहीं जावा देता तो घर में परेशानी बच्चों ने तो मैं पढ़ा सकिया टाइम पर न मैं खुद पढ़ सकी तो इसलिए मैं संस्था में नाम सुना भाई का बड़ा संस्था है तिलोनिया सेंटर में तो वहाँ जाओ लोगों को और आपको काम मिले 1 महीना की ट्रेनिंग है आप ले और आप काम सीखो तो मैं तिलोनिया में आई तो मैं 14 महीने ही यहाँ तो 15 दिन में मतलब नाम सीखा उनका हेड पंप का बारा फिर मैं 12वें फील्ड में आराम काम किया.
But what is really amazing is the fact that Gulab, an illiterate woman and an expert at hand pumps, is now a barefoot solar engineer. The Solar Workshop is another groundbreaking initiative of the Barefoot College to empower rural women.
पढ़े लिखे हूँ काम है अनपढ़ को तो काम नहीं है मैं कि कोई बात नहीं आप धीरे धीरे सीख जाऊँ तो मैं कलर का नाम सीखा पहले कलर का नाम सीख फिर मैं आराम हूँ अब लैंप का लालटेन का चार्जर का सर्किट बना ली तो ये में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है यार मान लोगों ने बार महीना का 3000 रुपये भी दे दिया तो मैं मजदूर भी सोरी.
Telonia is the only rural development centre in India to draw its power exclusively from solar energy. By demystifying modern technology, the college has taught poor villagers to use technology in a way that would benefit them. thus catering to local needs and aspirations. The success of the solar initiative has given the college the confidence to teach women from other poor countries.
Now, when we started working with the women, especially semi-literate, illiterate women, mothers and grandmothers from Africa, we realized that now we are going to train them, they go back and they're going to solar electrify their own villages.
Cameroon, this color? Red.
By going global, Barefoot College has trained more than 340 ordinary village women from 8 countries in Asia, Africa and South America as barefoot solar engineers.
We are here to know how to make solar lighting and solar modules, and we learned the lamp lightings and how to make solar, how to call their parts and all the rest.
The villagers opting for solar energy are informed that the service will not be free. They must decide how much they can contribute monetarily each month for maintenance and repair, an amount that is usually based on what they currently spend on kerosene or paraffin. The 6-month training equips these women to handle sophisticated charge controllers and inverters and to install solar panels. The instruction is delivered with a mix of body language, a few essential terms in English, and a lot of hands-on practice. The women create an illustrated manual that they'll carry home. It's the closest thing to a diploma certifying their training as solar engineers.
When we go back to our areas, we can put lights into our areas. This will be a great advantages to the areas because you find that somebody cannot get enough money to buy paraffin. And you find that paraffin costs 1,000 shillings a month, and this was very difficult for some people. Our children could have enough light for study, and they can manage to pass examinations, so that when we go back to our areas, we can change the nature of our areas.
By taking the skills normally concentrated in the hands of urban professionals to rural poor communities, Barefoot's novel education has managed to empower rural women.
We have chipped away in the social fabric. I would say that a critical mass of more than 4,000 to 5,000 women in these 30-odd years been able to influence the entire work ethos of the organization. So that's one major change in the working. What happens to their own lives, I think women have been able to get more pace in their own decision-making process.
They may be illiterate or speak different languages, or some may even be grandmothers. But the one thing that brings them all together is the hope to transform the societies they come from.
काम की बड़ी तो पैसों के लिए बड़ी, इसमें तो अच्छा ही है। तो महिलाओं ने आगे बढ़ी तो काम सीखने भी मिले, तो पुरुष लोग भी देखते हैं भाई का महिला क्या कर सकती है, तो महिला काम करके ही उनको दिखाए, तो तब पुरुष लोगों ने एक ही नया भाई कर महिला काम कर सकते हैं, क्यों नहीं कर सकते, पुरुष थोड़ी कर सकता अपने लिए, कि वही इंसान है, महिला ही इंसान है।
Rooted firmly in Gandhian principles, Barefoot College in Rajasthan uses technology in a sustainable way, with the aim of improving the standard of living of the poor. At the heart of its philosophy is the goal of building rural people's self-worth and confidence. A semi-arid state like Rajasthan has an abundance of sunlight throughout the year. The use of solar energy on the campus is a logical development to this. It also empowers poor rural women and gives them job opportunities.
हमारे को यहाँ आने से हिम्मत हुआ ना कि एक तो महिला पुरुष से बात नहीं कर सकती, और यहाँ पे ऐसी समानता मिली कि भाई पुरुष और महिला दोनों समान है। यहाँ पे ना कोई छुआछूत होती है, ना कोई बड़ा है ना कोई छोटा है, यहाँ पे समानता है, बहन भाई की तरह काम करते हैं, वहाँ पे कोई समस्या नहीं है।
A mother of 4, Shehnaz sought to break free from the traditional roles that women in her village find themselves in. When she heard that the college trains women with no formal qualifications, she sent in an application requesting to be part of the solar team. And soon enough, she was trained to fabricate solar cookers that can reach high temperatures and cook up large meals for about 50 people in a short time.
तो हम आए यहाँ पे 8-10 दिन ये वाला काम सीख के और उसके बाद में मैंने सोलर कुकर का काम सीखना स्टार्ट किया। फिर गुरुजी ने हमारे को बोर्ड के ऊपर पढ़ाई करवाते कि भाई इतना लंबा सरिया काटना है, ऐसे वेल्डिंग करनी है आपको, ऐसे मोड़ना है उसको। 1-2 दिन करते फिर बाद में दिक्कतें आती कि कहीं तो कपड़े जल जाते, कभी उंगलियां जल जाती। हम बोलते ये काम तो नहीं करना, अच्छा काम नहीं है। फिर वो बोलते नहीं सीखो, अभी धीरे धीरे आएगा। तो हमने एक कुकर जैसे कुछ दिन बनाया, फिर उसको तोड़ा, फिर गलत हो गया, फिर वापस बनाया, फिर तोड़ा, ऐसे करके हमने एक सोलर कुकर तैयार किया और हमने उसके ऊपर चाय बनाई कि पिया हमने। तो हमको हिम्मत हो गया कि वास्तव में सोलर कुकर अच्छा है।
6 years on, Shehnaz has not looked back even once. Working as a solar cooker engineer at the college, she is glad she made the choice to come here.
गाँव में बोलते ना, हिंदी भाषा में बोलते कि एक पहिए से गाड़ी नहीं चलती, दोनों पहियों से गाड़ी चलती। एक तो एक आदमी कमाता है, एक 2 कमाते हैं। एक तो 100 रुपये की ज़रूरत होती है तो एक 200 रुपये की ज़रूरत होती है। तो एक अगर दोनों साथ साथ काम नहीं करेंगी तो 100 रुपये की ज़रूरत हो तो 100 को ही पूरा करना पड़ेगा। अब मेरे को यहाँ आने से इतना हिम्मत हो गया है कि हम दोनों साथ साथ कमाते हैं तो मैं मेरी हर इच्छा को पूरी कर सकती हूँ। मेरे बच्चों की कर सकती हूँ, अन्यथा मेरे परिवार की भी कर सकती हूँ।
But women like Shehnaz could not have known about the college without an enterprising team of barefoot communicators who go from one village to another to create awareness about issues concerning them.
पपेट्री हमारे राजस्थान का ट्रेडिशन है, तो ये एक सशक्त माध्यम है, पुराना माध्यम है, तो लोग उसको देखते हैं। हम गांव में जाके सुनते हैं कि एट मोमेंट अभी वहाँ क्या चल रहा है, किस तरह की समस्या ज्वलंत रूप से वहाँ उभर रही है। तो फिर हम उसी चीज़ को कहानी में जोड़ के सुन समझ के उस चीज़ों को इम्प्रोवाइज करके हम रखते हैं।
As a barefoot communicator since 1990, Ram Nivas has a team of puppeteers who perform in villages conveying socially relevant messages through puppet shows, street plays and songs.
जब पपेट के माध्यम से हम रखते हैं तो मान लो खरी बात अगर हमने गांव में रखी, धन्य बुआ जी जाके अगर बोलती है, सरपंच मान लो कोई गांव के महिला पर वास्तविक सरपंच तो उसका सरपंच है उसका पति करता हो, तो धन्य बुआ आराम से कह देती है कि केवल ये बनावटी पंचायत राज थोड़ी चलेगा। तो आसानी से कह भी देते हैं, उनको महसूस भी हो जाता है, वो उसको रिसीव भी कर लेते हैं।
These puppeteers are very effective as communicators and educators since they speak the local language. They address the problems that villagers face and offer solutions. A recurring message in these street plays is the importance of education for children. Engaging them through song and play, the puppeteers are instrumental in encouraging boys and girls to attend night schools. Introduced in 1975 by the college, these night schools cater to the needs of children, giving them knowledge that is relevant for them. And 75% of these schools use solar lanterns to provide light. These are lanterns that are built and assembled by the barefoot solar engineers.
मैं गाय चरापा जाऊँ दिन में मन टाइम नहीं मिलते, रात की स्कूल में टाइम मिल जाए काय के जो पढ़वा के लिए।
Most of the girls and boys here work during the day to shepherd livestock. Some help their mothers in household chores. Night schools give these children an opportunity to study at a time convenient for them. And solar energy makes this a possibility. Each one of Barefoot's initiatives has a cumulative effect. Rainwater harvesting has lessened the work burden for women and has allowed them to focus on learning new skills. This has provided them additional income. Solar electrification has made night schools possible. It is also eco-friendly as it eliminates the use of firewood, diesel and kerosene for cooking and lighting.
There's a famous Tao saying that at the end of the day, it's great to say we did it. So we are a collective, we are a small group, and irrespective of caste, gender, a group which copes with crises. Crisis brings us together. And I think it's, if you want me to put it in one word or two words, it's this social bonding.
Barefoot College has empowered the poor, the dispossessed and the deprived. And by providing the rural poor with relevant skills, it has given them the capacities to improve their own lives.
बेटी को हरदम आगे के लिए पढ़ाना चाहिए, उसको ऐसा नहीं कि भाई बेटे को पढ़ा रहे हैं बेटी को नहीं पढ़ा रहे हैं, दोनों को साथ साथ समानता देना चाहिए, उनको हिम्मत देना चाहिए भाई कि महिला हो तो क्या हो, काम करना है तो आगे बढ़ना चाहिए, डरना नहीं चाहिए। मेरे को तो ये लगता है कि तो यहाँ आने से ये मेरा इतना बदलाव हो गया कि मेरा नया जीवन आया, तो मेरे को लगता है कि महिला को आगे बढ़ना चाहिए और ये काम सब जगह फैलाना चाहिए ताकि और भी मेरे साथ साथ और महिला को हिम्मत बंधे और वो आगे बढ़े।